Hello, Warrior. In this week's message, I have a very special quote that I want to share with you from Dieter F. Uchtdorf when he said, "Patience requires actively working toward worthwhile goals and not getting discouraged when results don't appear instantly or without effort." This came at a very important time in my life. We're going to talk a little about what was going on in my life and how it's helped me with building my business and establishing the rhythm to my vision. So let's go forward. So once again, my name is Lawrence Stone. I'm the basic trainer, and I want to establish rhythm to your vision. I'm so excited to be talking to you about this quote today. This is an important quote, uh, and and it came to me at an important time in my life. So a couple years ago, I was working. I had my own business, but I was working. My dad was my client. I was a consultant for his car restoration business, and I enjoyed it. And I had a good time, but it just didn't feel like I was in the right place and doing the right thing. And we were considering to go and apply for another job, but I didn't feel excited about that because when we moved to Idaho, I'd left a job that I loved, and I couldn't take that job back in Idaho. I'd have to go to Utah, and we felt very strongly we needed to be in Idaho. And I didn't. I just struggled with the idea of going back and working for someone else. But despite the fact that our business was profitable, it wasn't profitable enough to provide an adequate living. And even more frustrating than that is there were things in my life that I felt very inspired I should be doing. We're homeschooling our kids, and I was inspired to take our kids on trips so that they could see this country that we live in and explore the world. And we couldn't do those things because my job demanded too much of my time, and we weren't making enough money to do it anyways. And then after my kids, I also felt inspired to help edify businesses. I wanted to invest in businesses. I wanted to help businesses grow. I had ideas, and I wanted to help coach and mentor these businesses. I'd helped my dad's business elevate itself multiple levels. I knew I could help other new businesses and entrepreneurs do the same. But so much time was spent just working in this other job that wasn't making enough money that I never did any of that either. I never had any money to invest in other businesses. And then the other thing that we really felt inspired to do was to write books that could help other people. And I wanted to do more with music, and music had kind of been left behind. And then on top of that, we had multiple charities that we felt like we wanted to give to, and we tried to give as much as we could, but we didn't have a lot to give. And sometimes giving felt a little bit painful, but we did it anyways because it was important to us. And we felt it was important to support these organizations. And then we went out and did volunteer work, and I talked about some of the work we've done in memory of our daughter and our son who passed away. But we wanted to do more, and we felt inspired to do more, but we couldn't do those things. We didn't have time or money. And this quote came to me, and I realized that I was getting discouraged, and I needed to be more patient about what was going on. About this time, I finally started listening to an audiobook, a book that I purchased a while ago, but I never had been able to get through reading. And I decided to get the audiobook to help me get through it, called Thou Shalt Prosper by Rabbi, I think it's Daniel Lapin is his name. And it's about rules that they teach in Jewish culture as to why so many Jewish people are successful. And one of the big points that really hit me hard and really stood out to me was have a profession that you see the nobility in, something that you feel is a noble cause. And I could see a noble cause in what I was doing, but it wasn't the noble cause that I thought of when I read the book. Every time I thought of a noble cause, I thought of coaching businesses, edifying businesses, building businesses. Fast forward to late last year when we finally decided that that was the path I wanted to take. We decided to mostly walk away from my dad's shop. I still do some work with him, and so I still have some consulting that I do there. But now I'm branching out and I'm helping other businesses and working with more people, and I'm building that empire. And what's interesting is there's things that should be discouraging about starting a business. If you've ever started a business or know someone who started a business, you know it can be easy to get discouraged. Um, John Maxwell talks about something referred to as the expectation gap, where you expect all these great things to start happening and then they're just not happening, and things aren't blowing up and taking off as quickly as you want them to. And those are the times when discouragement can come around. But here's the interesting thing: now that I'm doing that cause that is so noble to me, and what I feel is what I'm called to do, and the noble thing that I'm supposed to do with my life, I'm not getting discouraged as much anymore. And so I'm working towards worthwhile goals in my business. And I'm not getting discouraged just because results aren't appearing instantly. I'm definitely putting in the effort. The problem is not that I'm not putting in effort. I'm definitely putting in effort, but the results aren't instant. But yet I'm not discouraged. And there's some things that I've done and I've discovered in my life to help me not get discouraged. First thing I did before I even opened my business is I started talking to other coaches who had successfully gone down this path. And what's interesting about it is these coaches were not withholding of information. They were not discouraging about telling me things. I'd ask them questions, and I'm like, I'm opening a coaching business. I could be a competitor, and they all looked at me and gave me the same answer. Like all of them, this work is so important, and there's so many people out there who need this work. I can't get to all of them. I need you to become a coach so you can help the people that I can't get to. Like they all said that. They were all so encouraging about it. And then they all told me about the discouraging moments that they had to deal with going up front. And so when I had those discouraging moments, I realized, oh, well, I don't have to be discouraged. They all of them went through the same thing. So I'm just going through them. I'm just going through the steps that I have to get there. They're successful now because they did this, and they didn't stop, and they didn't get discouraged and walk away. They kept moving forward. And so these moments that would have been typically discouraging, because I talked to someone first, they warned me that they would happen, and I don't have to be discouraged because I know that's just part of the lumps that I have to take to get there. The other thing that I did is I found a way to stay focused on my end game. Too many people are get distracted by desperation and what the next step is, and that they lose sight of where they're trying to go. I haven't lost sight of where I'm trying to go, and that helps me stay focused, and that helps keep me excited. And I know that the results aren't going to be instant because I know that there's time frame to get to those things, but I'm getting there and I'm moving closer to it. I haven't lost that vision. It helps that when I am feeling frustrated or I feel like I want to get discouraged, I have a person I can go to. I can talk to my wife, and she's very supportive and very wonderful. And then the fourth thing I do when I'm feeling down, but I'm not giving up and I'm not so discouraged and I'm going to walk away, is I journal. Journal is a great way to help you deal with those emotions, to help you put things back together, to help you process things, think things through, and stay focused on what you want to do. So here's what I want you to do. As you are focusing on the things that you want to accomplish in life, you have now 4 things that you can do to help you get there and keep you from getting discouraged when results aren't appearing instantly. And so you can continue to practice patience as you work towards what you want to do. So once again, that first thing, where it is you want to go, what you want to accomplish. Someone has accomplished something at least similar to that. Talk to them about it. Ask them, what are the things I need to watch out for? What are the discouraging things that are going to happen to me along the way? So that way you have an awareness, and they don't have to be discouraging because you're just putting in the steps to get to your end result. 2, find a way to stay focused on what you want your end result to be. Vision boards are great. I teach a lot of vision boards. I love vision boards. Whatever it is, though, find something that's going to help you stay focused on what your end game is so you don't get distracted by, I have to do this instead and I have to do that instead. Stay focused on what you want your end game, which one your end game to be. 3, have someone you can trust to talk to and vent to and even bounce ideas off of. Someone you can practice ideas with. And then 4, journal. Hit that journal. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the emotions that are going to come up. A lot of people struggle with journaling. Oh, it takes so much time. I don't like the things I discover. Journaling will help you put the pieces together. It'll help you process things. It'll help you stay focused. Journal. It doesn't matter if it takes some time. It's going to save you time in the long run when you hit your goals and accomplish your dreams and do the things that you're inspired to do rather than putting them off and never getting there. Never getting there wastes a lot more time. Journaling is worth the time. And it's going to help you establish that rhythm to your vision. It's going to be amazing. Just watch what happens.